Hello guys, welcome to the new video from PriorityRS. I'm Joe, and I'm doing a quick tour of 2007Scape. Just some basic things that you should know. One of the primary ones for anyone who hasn't played before is you will do a lot of trading in this building, at least at first. The other main trade center is the PriorityRS West Bank. So you got a bunch of random stuff in here, things like bronze armor, unstrung bows. This is pretty much where you go to dump your crap. It's the original Grand Exchange. It's world specific, so if you log out and switch worlds, you'll find different items. It's a good place to find a lot of items later on in the game, especially things like ruined plate body. This is open right now. Well, normally that eye's open. I don't know why it's not right now. Okay. This is the other main trading center. You will notice it's full of people. You've probably never seen this bank this full in the live game. I know I have. If you notice the shape of the bank, there's only one row instead of one on both sides. Well, interesting addition. There's no longer a door back here. Actually looks like they swapped the two sides. If you go down here, there's a gold spawn, which can make you some money if you want to wait 10 seconds for 3 GP to respawn. So not the best. If you can use telekinetic grab, there's some probably valuable items back here. I'm not sure what a telekinetic grab is going to cost in this game. The Law Rune is not cheap. And most of the stuff is not expensive because it's not terribly useful. Okay, as you can see, there's no longer a run button right here. There's no money pouch. You actually have to keep your money in your bank or in your inventory. Here's everything that I have in my bank. 25 training arrows, a training bow, a bow, 25 bronze arrows, and a bunch of coins. Nothing terribly special. Most of the stuff you get from Tutorial Island except for this and these. A good money making method right now, just to start you off here, is chop trees and sell them to the general store. Or if you can find someone who's fletching, a lot of them will buy normal oak, willow, etc. from you, and you will make a decent amount of money doing this. My favorite spot to do the oak runs right now, because I don't have level 4 willows, is right here, as it's right in the middle of town, right near a bank, and for some reason no one ever goes here, which makes me think no one actually knows that there's a tree here. Okay. Ignore the fact that I can't chop a oak tree to save my life right now. A lot of trading will be conducted this way. You simply say that you want to buy something and hope someone else has it. Unfortunately, at the moment, many people simply do not have these items, as it does take time to gain the levels to use them, such as you do not see a single person wearing rune. Well, anywhere. You don't see many people. I've seen one person wearing mithril, and that's the best armor I've seen in game so far. People will often try to sell you things. I have no idea why this guy wants to sell me a bird's nest. I have absolutely no use for one either. There's a decent chance it's some kind of scam, but either way, I didn't need a bird's nest in the first place because it's a bird's nest. Who needs a bird's nest? Okay, this is where you will do a lot of your smithing. Same place as in the live game, really. You'll notice if you go back here, there is no grand exchange. It's just a wall. And this is Juliet's house, actually, if you notice. Who's on my wall? Nobody. That makes a lot of sense to me. Where are you? Oh, okay. This is where you can go to buy a lot of items. Clothing items, mostly. Oh, actually have money for a cape. Awesome. If you notice, run energy is extremely slow to recharge. The first thing you're really going to want to do to fix that is obviously train your agility level up, because it's kind of worth it in the live game, but really worth it here because there's no such thing as resting. You can't just like right click rest, you can only toggle your run. If you're a new player, avoid this area over here. If people try to bring you to Varrock, make sure they don't bring you through this because they will attack you. Let's see if I get health here. Just walk into the area. See ya. They will attack any players wandering through the area. Same thing with highwaymen over near Falador. And even by Barbarian Village, I believe. There's one over in Draenor. There are a lot of really dangerous things in here. Muggers are dangerous. I don't know why they really made muggers non-aggressive. You'd think a mugger would always be aggressive. This guy's just a thief. Oh, there's a mugger back here. Give me a second. Mugger. Oh, trap. Yeah, everything is pretty much aggressive here. Unlike everything in the EOC where everything is passive. If you walk up to something and it's higher level than you, it will probably attack you and try to kill you. Huh. And they have this old piece of old Varrock. Pox. And a rat. Yep, rat's gonna come after me here. Yeah, rats are no fun to kill. At least when you're only level 4. A lot of the layout of the land is the same, but as you can see, the graphics are a little bit lower than RuneScape and low def right now. Actually, this is to an extent better because you got your details like grass, which are not in RuneScape on low def. However, you notice the character models are significantly different. They're a lot thinner. I think maybe a little bit shorter. The chat heads are definitely different. Talk to this dude. The chat heads all look exactly the same. Very basic face. The only difference is your hair and your facial hair here. And maybe whatever hat you happen to be wearing. So if I go in with this iron helmet, you'll see the exact same head through an iron helmet. You will need to be familiarizing yourself with shops, especially at the start of this version. So here's where you would go to buy armor. You can also sell armor here, but I wouldn't recommend it because players will usually buy it for more. This is where you go to get arrows. Right now all these shops are pretty much empty because there are a lot of players and everybody needs the same stuff. Although there's a lot of bronze arrows here. Oh. Nope. Okay, so as you can tell, the game from 2007 is different, but almost exactly the same. It's kind of a weird deal, really. The major difference you notice Here's something. Romeo got stuck here. Here's Romeo. You will not see him anywhere in the live game. He was removed when they added that stupid Romeo and Juliet replacement quest. The original was much better. This quest has been removed from the game, but it does still exist, at least here and now. There are like historical guides on the RuneScape wiki and stuff like that, so you can do this quest. No one's actually got to make the thing. Okay, here's where you go to buy long swords, daggers, and regular swords, or short swords. Check here. Nope, just swords. Okay. Okay, if you notice that I cannot teleport again for another 30 minutes, because this is when they added home teleport before they made it so you could home teleport as much as you want to, with no time limit. Here are the goblins where you'll spend a decent amount of time training, just like in the live game. Border guards. You do have to pay the toll of 10 GP, which makes this quest worth doing. Yeah. The entire purpose of that quest is to negate that 10 GP toll. In the modern game, this toll gate has been removed and replaced with just a gate. I'm not even sure if it's a gate, but a hole in the wall, I guess. Ever since the graphical update in mid to late 2012. For level probably 10 plus training, you're going to want to go here, as it is probably the best XP rate, and it's somewhat dangerous, so you go there after you're done with your chickens. But just from a nostalgia point of view, this game is still pretty amazing. You'd think that the modern gaming community couldn't pull together the way that they did here, because we may have all played this game at one point, but it's been years. The cow's rather disturbing moo. Okay, but you wouldn't think the gaming community could pull together the way that they have and rebuild what once was. However, I've noticed that somehow, I think it's just the atmosphere of the game itself has brought the community to play exactly or very similarly to how it was back when I played. I don't know why that is. I'm not sure how many of these people actually played during that era, but you've got your combination of the scammers, the average people, and the nice people, and they are everywhere just like they always were. And the game just plays more interestingly here, really. Some people will actually do nice things for others, others will pretty much just hate you. You need 5 agility? This is no longer open in the live game. 13. Well, it's no longer a fence, it's just an open gap. Yeah, I can start this. Yep, see, wizards will attack you if you get anywhere, if you break off this path, pretty much. I think you are safe as long as you're on the path, but once you get over here, in this area, you're dead. So if people are guiding you to Varrock, once again, make sure that you manually walk along the path and meet up with them at the gate, because people do tend to lure people into these wizards just to get them killed and take their stuff. Okay, but that's all that I can really do for a starting guide on this. I'll do some actual more important guides, things like how to make some good money, how to train some skills, because a lot of the modern skilling options just aren't here. And hopefully they will be, or hopefully I can show you later on, once I have the stats to do them for one thing. However, I do suggest either mining Rune Essence, which requires the Rune Mysteries quest, or wood cutting, both of which are very good money. Mining iron ore is like 20 GP each or something like that. At the general store, I'm not sure what it goes for on the player economy, but gold itself is relatively worthless right now unless you plan to go to shops, because there isn't much gold in the game. I mean, there are people probably with a mill right now, but overall there's not a ton of gold in game, and there probably won't be for a while. Which means the economy's kind of building itself from scratch, which is probably the best part of this, because we really get to feel like the game just started all over, because it did. But that's all for now.